Good evening, race fans. Welcome to another Tuesday night here for the ISRL. Tonight, they take on Iowa, or better known for tonight, the corn race here tonight. As you can see right now, we're on, that would be Josh Duke in the 32 machine. And he's got corn all over his car. That will be the theme throughout the field here. A lot of drivers are out there with corn on their car here for tonight's race. The final race for the Contender 8 to settle down who's going to be in the championship 4. But before we go ahead and get down to the standings here, here in practice so far, Alexander Hyder there in that top spot with a 24.036. Eli Ennis second with a 24.052. Corbin Collins third with a 24.079. Walker Thomas fourth with a 24.082. Zach Lindgren fifth with a 24.117. Jason Gallagher sixth with a 24, or actually now Michael Dorsey in sixth with a 24.161. Jason Gallagher seventh with a 24.180. Daryl Arnold in eighth with a 24.181. Connor Leach in ninth with a 24.207. And rounding out the top 10, we got Sean Leisure there with a 24.207. And the championship standings here as they stand coming into tonight, we got Aiden Kirker in that top spot, up 3 spots from last race with 1,558 points. We got Corbin Collins up 2 in second spot with 1,550 points, 8 behind Aiden Kirker. In third, we got Zach Lindgren down 2 spots from last race with 1,548, 10 behind Aiden and 2 behind Corbin. Also tied in third is Jared Rashawn with 1548. Also 10 behind Aiden and 2 behind Corbin. Those, if tonight would be the championship 4, those would be your 4 drivers competing for the championship here this season. But we still got one more race. Anything can change here. As we go ahead and get 5th through 8th here. 5th, we got Chris Lilly up 2 spots with 1543. 15 behind Aiden Kirker, 5 behind Jared and Zach. Sean Leisure there down 5 spots. He's sitting in 6th with 1535, 23 behind Aiden Kirker and 8 behind Chris. Back in 7th, Connor Trafari up 1 spot, 1528, 30 behind Aiden and 7 behind Sean. And then in 8th spot, down 2 from last race, Chase Burquette with 1526, 32 behind Aiden and 2 behind Connor. So those are your your Contender 8, I should say. Competing for the championship 4 here. Like I said, tonight is the final race for the Contender 8. After tonight, we will have our top 4 locked in for a 2-race shootout. And then 9th through 11th, you got Walker Thomas, Josh Duke, Jason Semedo, Connor Leach, Mitch Van Oss, Alexander Hyder, Michael Dorsey, Eli Ennis, Anthony Colatuano, Joseph Costello, Daryl Arnold, and Clinton Seymour. That will be your point standings 9th all the way to 20th, respectively. Let's go ahead here and pull up the weather here for everybody so we can see what they're dealing with here as far as practice goes. And right now it's 82 degrees in Newton, USA in Iowa. Under clear skies, track temp of a whopping 97 degrees. Winds coming out of the west around 9-10 miles an hour. Humidity right around 23%. Now that can change once they change over to the qualifying and race session. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. As they're getting down to the last minute and a half here left to go in practice, we're going to go ahead, folks, step away, play our national anthem. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. We got done with the national anthem a little early. I go ahead and wait for them to switch over into the qualifying session. The qualifying is just underway here. They do get 5 minutes of qualifying. Go ahead, turn that off. You guys don't need to hear that. You guys need to hear the cars that are out there on the track. And it looks like right now we have Lindgren with a 23.929. Put him up in the top spot. When we were playing the national anthem, he was the fastest driver in practice when practice ended. Got Nathan Inman here in second, Michael Dorsey third, or now fourth, as Eli Innes pops it up to the second spot there with a 23.930. Zach is going to end his qualifying with a 23.795. Eli Innes is going to pop it up to the top with a 23.732. Jason Gallagher is going to be in sixth as of right now. But we still got 3 minutes here left to go in qualifying. We got drivers getting their first lap in. Aiden Kirker is going to go ahead and pop it up to the top spot with a 23.731. Real close times there between Aiden and Eli. Alexander Hyder here, he's another driver you got to keep your eye on here tonight. His first lap was a 24.052, and coming to the checker here, we'll have a 23.715. That will put him up to the top spot. Well, officially a 714. Still got one driver out here, and that would be that 60 machine Joseph Costello. As well as Jake Baker, Cody Tabor, as Joseph is going to lose it coming out of turn 2. Cody is sitting here at the end of pit road. I don't think he's going to qualify. Paul Reckley sitting here at the apron. Qualified 24th here. And Jake Baker is out here. I think he's just logging some laps. As I say that, he is going to make a dive down to pit road. Jason Semedo is going to come out here and get a qualifying lap in. Got about a minute left. Should have enough time to at least get one lap in, maybe two. As he brushes the wall coming out of turn number 4, so X on that qualifying attempt for Semedo, as he's going to come out one more time. No, he's yes, he is. Not going to have enough time to get a lap in. So, the pole sitter here tonight will be that 24 machine of Alexander Hyder. Go ahead and wait for qualifying to wrap up here. Get them down to the starting grid here this evening. Start in row 1. We got that 24 of Alexander Hyder starting on the pole. Congratulations, Alexander, on grabbing the pole here tonight with a 23.714. Aiden Kirker in second, that 39 machine started on the outside of Alexander. Back in row number 2 on the inside, we got the one of Eli Innes starting third. In fourth spot, starting on the outside, the 71 of Corbin Collins. In row number 3, Zach Lindgren in the 85 starting fifth on the inside. On the outside, we got the 60 of Joseph Costello. In row number 4, starting 7th. On the inside, we got the 10 of Chase Paquette. And on the outside, we got starting 8th, the 67 of Sean Leisure. In row 5, started on the inside, starting 9th, the 56 of Marcus Van Der Lee. And then on the outside of him, starting 10th here tonight, the 48 of Nathan Inman. In row number 6, started on the inside, starting at 11th, the 98 of Anthony Colatuano, and on the outside, starting 12th, the 32 of Josh Duke. Back in row number 7, starting 13th on the inside, the 58 of Jason Gallagher, and on the outside of him, starting 14th, the 6 machine of Daryl Arnold. Back in row number 8, starting on the inside in 15th, the 12 machine of Walker Thomas, and on the outside of Walker, starting 16th, the 79 of Connor Leach. Back in row number 9, on the inside, starting 17th, we got the 72 of James Rader. On the outside of James, starting 18th, the 99 of Michael Dorsey. In row 10, starting on the inside, in the 27 machine, Jared Rashawn. On the outside of Jared, starting 20th, the 91 of Kyle Camper. In row 11, starting on the inside, 21st, the 182 of Mitch Van Ost. On the outside of Mitch, starting 22nd, we got the 17 of Jake Baker. In row 12, starting 23rd on the inside, the 41 of Caden Henry Oaks. On the outside of Caden, starting 24th, the 22 of Paul Reckley. In row 13, starting on the inside, 25th, the 76 of Matt Bartels. And on the outside of Matt, starting 26th, the 9 of Connor Trafari. In row 14, on the inside, starting 27th, the 43 of Jason Semedo. On the outside of Jason, starting 28th, we got the 75 of Chris Thornton. And in row 15, the started on the inside in 29th, the 04 of Cameron McHone. On the outside of Cameron, starting 30th, the 2 of Clinton Seymour. And rounding out the field here tonight in row 16, started on the inside in 31st, the 4 machine of Cody Tabor. You get 2 pace laps here. So they just got the one to go. We'll be going green here next time by. And thank you all for tuning in here tonight before they go green. If you're new to tuning in to Extreme Racing TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live over here on YouTube for Tuesday and Wednesday nights, and soon coming up here in July on Thursday night for an Indy series that we're going to be starting up over here on Extreme Racing TV. Looking forward to that. But right now, we are anticipating that pace car dive off, and it's in Barney the Flag Man's hands, and we are underway green flag racing here at Iowa for the corn race, the final race of the Contender 8 to decide who will be racing in the championship 4 here tonight. Alexander is going to go ahead and lead himself that first lap here this evening. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a better angle for everybody. Go ahead and get back here to a little bit more action that's going on the track here with we've got a battle there for second. Corbin Collins is going to go ahead and grab that second spot over Aiden Kirker. So put Corbin up to the second spot. Aiden Kirker is going to fall back one spot so far. Eli Innes is under pressure there from 85 of Zach Lindgren. If you need any more evidence that Zach and Aiden Kirker are teammates, just go ahead and look at the car. They are painted identical. The only difference is one is a Ford and the other one is a Chevy. We also got Joseph Costello here with battle going on with Marcus Van Der Lee. It's a battle for the 7th spot. Get back up here. Looks like we possibly have. Thought Zach was gonna possibly have an advantage there over Eli, but he has fallen back to chase. Nathan Edmonds is gonna go ahead and get around Joseph Costello. Looks like Joseph is falling back a little bit here. Probably just trying to either got loose or something, just trying to get wits about him. We got more corn out there on the track. Who is that? Walker Thomas there in that 12 machine, pouring all over his car. Got the 99, Michael Dorsey, pouring all over his car. And right now, it's been all Alexander Hyder here early on. He's going to go ahead and lead himself his 6th lap here. Early on, he's got roughly a 7/10 lead over second place Corbin. It fluctuates a little bit from low 6s to high 6s. So just depends on where they're at on the track. Looks like right now Alexander is definitely getting the better run off. Get back here to 15th with that 6th machine of Darrell. Right behind that 98 machine of Anthony Colatuano there in that corn cob machine. Got the lone Canadian out here right behind Darrell in 16th. The 79 of Connor Leach. We got battles going on behind him with Jared Rashawn and Connor Safari. Connor's going to go ahead and take that spot over Jared. But Connor up to 17. Back here, Clinton Seymour, Kyle Camper doing battle. Like Kyle's going to go ahead and have that momentum there on the outside. That opened the door there for the 43 of Jason Semedo. Thought he was going to maybe think about making it 3 wide. And he did not. And I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. That 182. Driving that team up north. Caden driving that OnlyFans machine. I'll save it for later. Anybody that knows me. Oh, we got Quentin Seymour. I caught it. That is going to be our first caution here tonight. I caught it and I clicked on the wrong car. So let's go ahead and take a look back here. I think it was between Clinton Seymour and the 43, yes. And it looked like get the right camera here. Going down into the... You just got loose going into the turn there. As soon as he hit his brake, he just got loose and just slid up into the 43. And well, he brushed Mitch. But next time, just give the little nudge there. Put that blue machine, that team up north. You know where. I'm joking. Obviously, we don't want to have that happen. So, lap 14 here. Well, actually, lap 13 was the first caution. So early on, nobody came down pit road. No surprise there. As I say that, Mitch Van Oss is on pit road. Connor Leach is on pit road. Jake Baker's on pit road. Jason Semedo's on pit road, and Clinton Seymour is they're all on pit road here. I'm sure Clinton's getting a little bit of damage repaired. Probably the same with Semedo, just getting 4 tires on that after the spin out. Should be getting one to go here at the start finish line. You hear the pace car lights go off. They do not. So let's see here real quick. Let's move. What? So we won't interview anyone this time, but we will on the next caution, if there is one. Hey, we're getting ready to get back green flag racing here. Let's go ahead and look real quick. Looks like we got 5 of you out there in chat. Well, watching, I should say. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching over here on Extreme Racing TV on YouTube for the ISRL. Their final contender 8 race here tonight. After tonight, like I said before, we will decide who will be in the championship 4 here. But we still got a long way to go as the green flag is back out. We are back underway racing here tonight for the corn race here at Iowa. Back here with Walker Thomas here doing battle there with the 58 of Jason Gallagher. And it looks like right now, early on, it's really a multi. Who is that? Is that Nathan Inman? He was just using a Larson line through 3 and 4. And he's able to make it. Yeah, he's not using it there. But on the first lap, he definitely was, as he's up into the wall down the straightaway, if you want to call that a straightaway. As Alexander is left off where he began the green flag initially before the first caution. He is going to go ahead. He's got about a 4/10 lead over the 71 of Corbin. Corbin's got some pressure from the first corn cob out here on the track, the 39 of Aiden Kirker. And we got the one Eli Innes putting pressure there on that 39 corn cob machine. Now Aiden Kirker is going to go ahead and use that upper line, try to get some kind of advantage. He's going to get a good run down the straightaway. Not able to do anything with it quite yet. See right there, just in that picture, we had 3 corn cars out here on the track. Aiden, Zach, and that, all with Walker Thomas here in 9th spot. And we got more corn going on back here with Michael Dorsey and Anthony Colaquano. So it's like all of Elite Motorsports here tonight has decided to put corn all over their car. Connor leads that 79, trying to get around that 43. Connor's falling back a little bit here, sitting in 20th right now. Just in front of another corn car, that 27 is Jared Sean. Kyle Camper here is going to go ahead and get around his fellow admin league owner here, Daryl. 04 at Cameron's going to go ahead and follow suit. Matt Bartell's here. That 76 machine sitting here in 25th trying to get around that 72 James Rader. Not able to do it quite yet, but he might have the momentum down the back straightaway here using that higher line. Not too worried about what's going on up front. Aiden Kirker has taken second spot away from Corbin Collins, but Alexander Hyder has out almost a second lead over the 39 there of Aiden Kirker. Got Zach Lindgren here trying to stay in front of Chase Paquette. Looks like Chase is going to use that outside to his advantage. Zach's going to dive it into 3. Don't make it 3 wide coming out of 4. Okay, we're not going to make it 3 wide out of 4. We're good. Whew. 3 wide at Iowa does not work. I don't know how I know that. Now it's all Alexander Hyder just dominating here early on. Still got a long way to go though. You know, long green flag run here can definitely show age on the tires. You know, who's taking better care of them, who's using more. Obviously running in clean air, you shouldn't be using more tires than, say, Aiden Kirker, who had to, you know, get around that 71 of Corbin Collins to get up to even be in second spot. I mean, he's closed the gap a little bit, but as I said that, it just opened up more, so. Thomas, Sean Leisure here doing battle. This is the battle for 6th, and then up ahead of them we got Eli Ennis using the Larson line. Chase Paquette trying to do battle with him, but now he's got company with 85 of Zach Lindgren. As I say that, Walker Thomas is getting around that 67 of Leisure. Put Walker up to 7th. Well, not quite yet. Spoke too soon. Leisure's going to get a good run down the back straightaway. Go down into turn 3. Anthony Colaquano here is doing battle with Connor Trafari. Anthony's going to have the preferred line coming out of... Ooh, he got loose coming out of 2. Was able to get that back under control and save it and not really lose a whole lot of time. So good job there to Anthony for being aware of what was going on with the car at the moment, and doing the right moves there to get it back under control without losing a whole lot. But you did officially lose the spot to Connor, and it looks like Josh Duke is going to go ahead and try his efforts of getting around that 98 machine as well. Battle for the lead is heating up here as Aiden Kirker has caught that 24 of Alexander Hyder. Looks like Aiden is using that almost third line there. Going down the back straightaway, going down into turn number 3. Almost got to Alexander's bumper. Not quite. Almost got there. Coming out of turn number 4, he's going to have a good run down the straightaway. Might just try to keep it up here at the top here, going down into turn number 1. And he is. Going to get a good run coming out of turn 2 here. He might dive it down to the inside. No. He's going to want to stay on that outside, I do believe. So it looks like that outer line is where you want to be. Here comes Aiden. He's going to dive it down to the inside of Alexander for the lead going down in turn number 1. Is he going to be able to clear him out of 1? Not quite. Aiden got loose coming out of 2, just trying not to pinch off Alexander. Good situational awareness with Aiden Kirker. Obviously, if it was the last lap, he'd probably shove that up in there and let it be wherever it lays. But considering it was lap 37, just go ahead and back off. You know, if I got a little loose, I got a little loose. But rather save my car for another lap than have it end by Alexander taking my bumper off and putting me up into the wall and possibly ruining both their races. So looks like we got 7 out there watching right now. Thank you guys for tuning in here for the season 5 contender 8 at Iowa for the ISRL. Here coming down to the last 2 races after tonight. Championship 4 will take place. Will kick off next week, I should say. That will kick off over at Rockingham. Then the season finale will be at Charlotte, and that's where we will crown the season 5 champion here. As we got a little bit of a group of cars going on here. Looks like the leader of that is the 71, Corbin Collins. And it goes all the way back to one of the foreign cars. That would be the 85 there, Zach Lindgren. As we do have 3 wide coming out of turn number... Ooh, man, that was close. We did have a brief 3 wide there between Eli, Leisure, and Thomas. So they made it work through the turn for 1.5 seconds. As Eli, you saw him get a little loose there coming out of turn number 4, got up into the wall. Able to stay in front of Leisure for right now. Here's for quick, Corbin Collins here. Chase is going to dive it down to the inside. Corbin's up into the wall there, coming into 3, well, mid 3, I should say. So Chase is up to 3rd. And the battle starting to heat up a little bit again. Alexander, Aiden Kirker going back at it. Looks like Aiden is now running the midline. Alexander is doing the Larson line. Can't really get much higher than what Alexander's running right now. And that is just staying in that wake of that car through the turns, just eating that right front up of Aiden Kirkers. He knows that he's trying to get just a little below that 24 there of Alexander. We got to keep our eyes here. This whole group of cars here. Like I said, we had a brief 3 wide between, so who was it? Walker, Leisure, and Eli. And it's setting up to where that might be a possibility here again. Corbin Collins. Oh, he's sitting here in 4th spot, right where he started the race. He's the leader of this. Well, I guess Chase is technically the leader of this big pack here. But Corbin, he was up to 2nd and has fallen back, you know, right where he started. Still earlier on in the race, still in the top 5. Long way to go here. We got the battle for the lead once more heating up. Alexander led all 47 laps here. Hayden Kirker still looking to lead his first lap. As we have a caution, now we got to try to find out who it was. Cody Tabber. Let's go ahead and take a look here to see what happened to Cody. And it looks like he just got loose and self-spun and backed it right up into the wall. That will be our second caution here tonight. I would. Yeah. Everyone's going down pit road. All the leaders are going to come down pit road. No one's staying out unless they're a lap down, which that would be Cody Tabber. He was involved in that wreck. We do have one retiree here in the race. That would be the 6 machine of Daryl. He is not in the sim currently. He's sitting 18 laps down. Not sure exactly what happened to Daryl there. Not sure if it was something with the internet, computer, or what happened. Looks like the race off pit road. Alexander's going to beat Kirker off. Reese Sweat is going to come out 3rd. Corbin Collins 4th. Eli Amos 5th. Leisure 6th. Walker Thomas 7th. Zach Lindgren 8th. Marcus Van Der Lee 9th. And Jason Gallagher is going to round out your top 10. Go ahead. See if we can find. He's not in this. Okay. Pull up. Person I had I wanted to interview is not in there. So getting the one to go this time by. Why pace car goes in and does another pace lap around the track. Give everybody a quick recap here of the race so far here at lap 52 of 150. We've had 2 cautions for 9 laps, no lead changes, and And we are down to 99 to go here. It should be 97. Give everybody a quick overview of the standings here. Drivers to keep an eye on here are really in the yellow. Chris Lilly, Sean Leisure, Connor Trafari, Chase Paquette. Those drivers, if Championship 4 would start tonight, they would be out. But obviously, they get one more race to, work their way up into the top 4 here. Jared Rashawn, Zach Lindgren, Corbin Collins, Aiden Kirker. Those are your top 4 right now, as it stands. Anything can change between now and the end of this race here tonight. As Lindgren is back on the loud pedal, we are back underway here tonight for the corn race here tonight at Iowa. Kind of 97 laps to go. Eli Innes. Ooh, we got 3 wide. Something happened. We had another caution here. Anthony Calatuano. Let's go back here, see what happened. Like we had somebody. I think that was the 43. No. It's the 56 of Marcus Vander Lee. He all of a sudden blinked out a lot, and Connor Safari did not have enough time to react when he came back on board. And bye went Marcus, and Anthony Calatuano had nowhere to go. And that will bring out our third caution tonight. Let's see if we pull up. That 10 machine and Chase Paquette. Well, Chase, go ahead and talk about your race here early on. How's it going for you? How's Iowa feeling for you?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. Started 7th, I think, and we're up to 2nd already, so I'd say it's pretty good. We're trying to find the speed. The 24 and the 39 are definitely, they're in their own zip code right now, so I'm just trying to keep up with them on the restarts.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think, if something happens here late in the race to where you guys come down pit road, get 4 tires, you think you're going to have something for these guys here in the later part of the race?
The only way I'm going to beat these guys is if I figure out a short pit option. Pit 5 laps before them is what I'm trying to shoot for, but that's going to be hard to plan out. Looks like this race is being split up into thirds, so 50 and 50 and 50, so we'll see what happens for sure.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to execute your pit strategy here. Still a long way to go. But good luck to you, Chase. And hopefully, we get to talk to you here after the race here in the podium, if not in the victory lane. Good luck to you, and yeah, good luck.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hoping to get in the winner's circle and move on to the next round to Championship 4. So.
Yes, for sure. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, man.
All right. So we got our first interview in here of the night. That 10 machine and Chase Paquette. He's one of those drivers fighting in. He is sitting there in that 8th spot. He's trying everything possible. Right now, he is in a very good spot, sitting here in that P2 position. So anything can happen between Lap 58 and lap 150. Go ahead real quick, give everybody a rundown of the top 5. We got Alexander Hyder here in first, Chase Paquette first, Sean Leisure third, Walker Thomas fourth, Jason Gallagher round out the top 5. Back in 6th, Connor Trafari, Caden Henry Oak 7th, Josh Duke 8th, Jared Rashawn 9th, and Joseph Costello is going to round out your top 10 here at Iowa for the ISRL Contender 8. Their corn race here at Iowa. Looks like we are up to 10 people out there watching. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. Do appreciate it. If you're new to Extreme Racing TV, thank you guys for coming over to tune in and take a look at everything that's going on. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live. Right now, live, we're waiting for that pace car to dive off. Give the reins over to Alexander once more. Got that 10 between Jason Paquette starting on the outside of him. We just got an interview with him. See how he gets a restart here. Hopefully you don't give him the dreaded broadcaster curse. I hate when I do that. Green flag is back out. We are back green flag racing here. And going down into turn number 1, Leisure is going to pop down to the inside there, Chase Paquette. And looks like he got loose, trying to get too much on the initial start there. Connor Safari is going to dive it down to the inside there, take advantage of, tried to take advantage of it. Leisure's going to get a very good run down the straightaway. Had to check up there, had nowhere to go. Meanwhile, all these drivers are trying to clear out who wants what. Alexander has already checked out to almost a half a second lead over Chase Paquette. Connor Trafari tried to do a slide job. Now Walker Thomas is down to the inside of Connor Trafari here. That is going to be a battle for fourth. And it looks like Walker's not going to be able to complete the pass. Connor's going to have a good run down the straightaway. Caden Henry Oaks there in the OnlyFans 41 machine. Right now he's the only car around him. Probably the way he likes it too. But you better hurry up because he's got company coming behind him with Josh Duke, Connor Leach, and 27 of Jared Rashawn. Chase Paquette has caught that 24 of Alexander Hyder here. As we got that to 72. Is that to 72? That might have been 22. Paul Reckley coming down pit road. Not sure exactly what happened to Paul there, but I did hear as if somebody was spinning out somewhere on the track. So that was probably what happened to Paul. As Chase trying to use that inside, but Alexander just has too much momentum on exit of these turns using that mid to high line. He's just not able to complete the pass over Alexander. It looks like Chase is now going to, thought he was going to try to use the high side. Back here, the OnlyFans is going to go ahead and get passed there by the porn car 27. Jared Rashawn will Jared's trying to anyway, not able to make the pass over Caden quite yet. Clinton Seymour here in that 2 machine trying to get around that team up north to 182 of Mitch Van Oss. I will not say the team name. It's the team up north. But it looks like every time Alexander gets up to, not Alexander, Chase gets up to Alexander, he just can't find a way to get around him. As now Walker has found a way to use that inside to his advantage, complete the pass before going into the turn. That's probably the way you're going to want to do it. Set yourself up for the straightaway, go down the straightaway, make the pass, and get back up to that high side. As that 182 able to get around Costello. Costello's going to look like he's going to fall back a little bit. Eli Ennis is going to pop it up the top side. Well, not the top side, but above Costello, down the back straightaway, going down into turn number 3. Give that spot to Eli. You should have it completed here coming out of turn number 4. Now, Zach Lindgren is going to go ahead and get around that 2 machine of Clinton Seymour. A lot of good side-by-side racing going on here for a short track at Iowa. And you've got some drivers spaced out, some drivers competing for positions. Got a good mixture of everything going on out here on the track right now. And go even to a wider cam for you all. That way you can go ahead and see a lot more of the track, a lot more of the action going on out here. We're on the 2 of Clinton Seymour right now, trying to get around that 04 of Cameron McCone. As you can see him diving it down to the inside there of the 04, as you got Eli doing battle there with Mitch Van Oss as well. So 4 positions, 4 drivers battling for position. Even up ahead, you can see the 2 corn cars, the 27 Jared Rashawn, the 85 Zach Lindgren up ahead of them. Right behind them, got the 39 of Aiden Kirker here. The other corn car out here on track, as well as the 99 Michael Dorsey, the other corn car up here, and all Alexander Hyder here early on. But now Walker Thomas is putting the pressure there on Chase Burquette. And we'll see here what Walker has in store for Chase, or Chase has something in store for Alexander. Right now, it looks... Excuse me. It looks pretty even between the top 3. Obviously, I think Alexander has the advantage, just having the cleaner air over the other 2 drivers behind him. We got about over a second gap between 3rd and 4th here, Sean Leisure. We got another over a second gap from Leisure to Connor Safari. Almost a 2-second gap between Connor Safari and the other Connor out here, the lone Canadian, Connor Leach. And just is where the battles are at between Caden Henry Oaks and Zach Lindgren. Zach is going to keep it down to the inside there of Caden, but not able to do anything with it. These drivers have been out here right around the top 7 have been out here 31 laps. Then Zach Lindgren, he's been out here 24 laps. I would expect that was just a splash of fuel get filled up. A little bit longer run here on this stint. Caden going to go ahead and get around the 79 of Connor Leach finally. As the top 3 are still pretty much, nose to tail. There's a little bit of gap between first and second, but when it comes to short track racing, that's kind of what you want, is chase it up the hill. He was able to save it there. And now you're starting to see those, Chase Paquette, Walker Thomas start to use more of the high side. Alexander's still sticking to that bottom. Alexander's using the Harvick line. Chase is using the, I don't want to be Larson, but I'm almost up the Larson line. And so is Walker Thomas. At least in 3 and 4, Walker Thomas is doing it, as he's up into the wall coming out of turn number 4. But down in here in 1 and 2, you'll see him right down to the, not quite to the bottom, but right there on the first white stripe through the turns there. So they're just, looks like they're now out there starting to look for grip here, as we have a caution. And looks like it will be that 56 of Marcus Van Der Lee. And yep. No. It happened in front of him. It's 76 of... Actually, here, we'll get on the 75 of Chris Thornton. And that's where... It was the 76. Where is he at? Ah, Matt Bartels. There he is. That was very odd. Okay, I gotta see here. We gotta get in a cockpit here. I wonder if his monitor for VR went out. That's the only thing I could think of what happened there. That's unfortunate to see there with Matt. Obviously, everybody down pit road. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Leisure stayed out. Jason Semino stayed out, and Chris Thornton. Well, Chris is now coming down pit road. So the top 2 have stayed out. I would expect them to come down here probably next lap. Leisure's been out here 38 laps. Jason Semino's been out here 29 laps. we are back here. Need to find a way to start playing commercials around here when we're under caution. Looks like we still got 10 out there watching. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. 10 watching, 3 likes. Appreciate all the thumbs up that you guys are giving each and every week. Do appreciate it. The league appreciates it. Drivers appreciate it. So thank you all for doing your part, for tuning in, enjoying the broadcast. And even though you might not be out there in chat, you are still tuning in here, rooting on your drivers. Love to see that as we're getting ready to go back to green. And Leisure and Semino did not come down pit road, so this should be an interesting restart as the pace car is off to the safety of pit road. And hang on tight, folks, because here we go. Green flag is out. We are back under green flag racing here, and it looks like we're already gonna looks like we might have had 3 wide there, but Chase Paquette took it to the outside there of Semino. He was like, get out of my way. Semino's falling back. We got the 79. Connor Leach is gonna doubly bring out the caution here. Did catch that at the corner of the screen coming out of turn number 2. And yeah, he just got loose coming out of 2, and around he went, but there was another driver that got loose too. Who that was. Connor is got some heavy damage there, so not sure exactly who the other driver was. It might have been I don't want to say it was Clinton, but it was either Clinton or I know it had blue on the car. As Anthony Colaquano is going to get his lap back, put him back on the lead lap. That'll give us 24 drivers on the lead lap. I'll put Connor Leach 1 lap down, but like I said, he had a lot of smoke coming from that engine, so I would expect his night is over. Chris Thornton here, he's sitting here 2 laps down. Looks like he's coming down pit road to get more damage replaced or fixed. And who's that? That's 7, 6, Matt Bartels here on pit road with no front bumper. Like Semino's still out here. Back over in contact. Leisure has opted to come down pit road. I think he saw what happened there on the restart and figured I'm going to come down now, get my 4 tires. So we'll see here. Alexander did not sweep the laps led here tonight, but he's still up here in the lead. He's led 87 laps here. Obviously, you know, he doesn't care how many laps he's led. He wants to lead the last lap. And, you know, for those that don't know, even though, like Alexander, he's not racing for a championship here this season, he is still racing for something, as well as the other drivers out here. Each race that they complete, the race winner gets a plaque, custom made from Daryl Arnold himself, one of the admin team owners for the ISRL. He does a really, really good job at the plaques that he makes for these drivers, for their victories. Try to nudge him about making me one for the broadcast, but obviously I'm not going to harp on him about it because I am just a broadcaster. I'm not out here racing, putting in the work like these guys are. I'm just behind the scenes. I'm the one that's just providing the platform for these guys to go ahead and put on their racing abilities here for everybody to tune in to sit back and enjoy. So obviously those plaques deserve to go to, you know, the winners of each race. As the pace car is getting ready to dive off to the safety of pit road. Already the flagman's getting ready to wave that green flag once more, and the green flag is back out. We are back green flag racing here at Iowa for the corn race. And maybe after tonight, Daryl needs to make a plaque there for Barney the flagman there. Justin, as Connor Trafari battling there with Chase has got up in the wall. We have another caution again. That would be, not sure where that came from. Oh, James Rader just caught it. On that 72 machine of James Rader. And it's another one of those, just looks like he got loose on the entry. Oh, and the 58 as well. Oop. I totally hit the wrong button there. I went all the way back to the beginning of the practice session. My apologies for that. I meant to hit the rewind button, and I went all the way. I took it all the way back. Ay, ay, ay. They shouldn't put those buttons so close together. It's literally not even a mouse length apart. Well, the mouse icon. Oh well. So you saw daylight for a brief moment, folks. It is not daylight, obviously. It is sunset / dark nighttime here at the virtual Iowa for the corn race here. And we are still under caution, so let's go ahead and see. Go ahead and pick on that 32 machine of Josh Duke. Well, Josh, welcome up here in the broadcast booth. You're sitting back here in 11th right now in that 32 John Deere corn machine. Go ahead and top out your race here so far. How's it been for you here at Iowa tonight?
Yeah, it's been super up and down. I just have never been able to figure this track out, but slowly through this race, I've kind of been picking it up. So, honestly, I mean, my goal is to just have fun, but top 10, maybe top 5 is going to be awesome for me. So,
Yeah, you never know what can happen here, Josh. You're sitting there right on the cusp of the top 10 right now, so go ahead and get back out there. Go ahead and leave it where it lies, you know.
We'll give you a show.
Just go out there and, yeah, give it a show, and wherever you finish here after the race, you never know. I mean, you could find yourself in the podium here after the race, but good luck to you, Josh. And that 32 John Deere corn, you gotta get the green back on that John Deere. I'm just saying.
I do. Iowa corn. I had to do something with that just for this race. I'll bring green back.
All right, I just had to mess with you. That's all. All right. Well, good luck to you, Josh, and hopefully we are talking to you here after the race.
Thank you.
All right, that's Josh Duke. Had to go ahead and get him up here for an interview. I've been wanting to pick on him about that John Deere for a while. Some weeks it's green, some weeks it's not. This week it's not, so I just had to go ahead and pick on him about that. So we should be getting the one to go this time. Pace car lights are off. So they will be getting 2x2 here for the restart. Go ahead and give a quick recap here. We're up to 6 cautions here for a total of 29 caution laps. We've had 2 lead changes and we're down to 49 laps to go. Be 48 here once they take the green flag. That pace car dive off the safety of pit road, and once more it will be in Alexander Hyder's hands here. And Alexander is back on the loud pedal. We are back green flag racing here for the Season 5 Contender 8 finale here at Iowa. After tonight, we do lock in the championship 4. But we still got 48 laps to go here to decide that. So anything can happen between now and lap 150 as we got battles going on back here. This is for 8th. 7th, 8th, 9th, 6th. We got 3 wide going on back here. Aiden Kirker, Caden Henry Oaks, and Jason Semino. They were all able to get that figured out before the extra turn number 2. Chase Paquette here is going to fall back. Well, I thought he was going to fall back to Connor Trafari, but Chase has the outside line. He's going to be able to take that spot back from Connor. Now Connor's got company there with the 12 of Walker Thomas. Aiden Kirker making some moves here. He is sitting here in 6th spot. Not exactly sure what happened to Aiden Kirker there earlier on in the race. I don't know if he had like a penalty on pit road or something. He was all the way back. I think it was 14th or 15th. And he was one of the drivers up here battling for the top 2-3 spots here. Right now, Alexander is just charging away. As, Jared and Hayden are going at it. Hayden's going to go ahead and get around Jared. Got that 32. Josh Duke, we just talked to him during the last caution. He's up to 9th. He's looking to get that 8th spot, but not able to do it there. The other driver we talked to here earlier on at 10, Chase Paquette. Both those drivers are teammates. They're both from the same team, Black Cloud Racing. And Chase is here in 2nd spot. We talked to him. You didn't think between the 24 and the 39, they were pretty much setting the pace here tonight. But Chase is, holding his own here. He's right around 7/10 behind Alexander right now. Right around 6-7 tenths a second. tenths of a second behind. As Leisure is going to get around Josh Duke. So Duke has fallen back to 11th. He was just up in the 8th. Not exactly sure what happened to Josh there, but if he got loose or something like that, being able to save that card to, see another lap, that's the most important thing here. Because it's still, anything can happen. Corbin Collins is going to be able to get around Josh Duke now. So Josh is falling back to 12th. Right out where he was when we gave him an interview there under the last caution before we went back green flag. But he's back there on the inside. We got battles going on up in front of them too with Sean Leisure, Jared Rashawn, Michael Dorsey just in front of those two. Eli Ennis, Cody Taber here. Go ahead and move himself up to 20th. Around Jay Grader, 72 machines. He's falling back second. Here's another one we gotta watch. Zach Lindgren, Walker Thomas. Back-to-back corn cars here. The attack of the corn on Connor Trafari. Connor's trying to put Chase in that situation where Chase is trying to chase away from the two corn cars. Now they're trying to form a formation there where the corn's going to take over. You even got Walker Thomas on, not Walker Thomas, Hayden Kirker. So you got 3 corn cars in a row. Hayden, Zach, and Walker. Boom, boom, boom. And you got a car coming down pit road. That's the 75 of Chris Thornton coming down pit road. You gotta get back up to the corn cars. They have made a flock. We got a flock of corn. They have decided to plant their own field here at the track. They are covering top, bottom, and I think Aiden was in the middle. So they got every inch of the track covered as far as the corn. Connor's up to second. He is right around a second and a half behind our leader, Alexander Hyder. And Alexander's like, you guys just go ahead and keep battling out. I'm just going to go ahead and set off for sale here. The one driver he does not, well, actually a few of them. Hayden Kirker for one. Zach Lindgren, he's been another one that something happens here later on in the race. He's sitting in the right spot, sitting here in 5th spot. I think he's one of those drivers. Zach Lindgren right now is in. Connor Trafari is on the outside looking. Connor is second. So, ooh, Connor brushes the wall coming out of turn number 4. That's not what you want to do, Connor. Just because I'm talking about you don't mean you got to hit the wall, buddy. Yeah, we got a big that's from second all the way to 6th spot here. And 3 of them are teammates and 3 of them are corn cars. That's just what I'm going to call them, corn cars. We got corn cars all over the place. Poor Caden here. He's in between corn cars. Between Ian Kirker and Michael Dorsey. He sees corn in front of him and corn behind him. Like he's literally stuck in a cornfield. You got Jared Rashawn here. No. Why not? Another corn car. As we have another caution here. And it is going to be 72. Go ahead and get a car chase cam here. Oh, he came up, hit the wall, and then netcode. And we had netcode between the 2 and 72. I think ultimately it still would have been contact between those two drivers, just because of the fact of how much Raider was coming down after he got off the wall. So here comes everybody down pit road here. This should be their final pit stop, as we are down to 28 laps to go. All right. Go ahead and get through the top 5 here real quick. Looks like Chase Paquette got himself up in the top spot. Walker Thomas is up to 2nd. Sean Leisure 3rd. Eli Innes 4th. Alexander Hyder riding out your top 5 here. And I think Alexander is the only one in the top 5 that took 4 tires. Everybody else took 2. And I believe Josh Duke took 2 as well. And then everybody else behind them to 13th took 4 tires. Anthony Colatuano here in 14th took 2 tires, and then from 15th all the way back to Cameron here took 4. So you got 4, 5, 6, 6 drivers that took 2 tires. As we are down to the green here. When we get the green flag back, we will be down to 24 laps to go. Or 23 laps to go, I should say, sorry. We're at 24 now. Wait for that pace car dive off to the safety of pit road. Go ahead and let Chase Paquette go ahead and lead the way here for the first time tonight. See how these two tires work for these drivers here. Pace car is off. Green flag is back out. We are back underway here for the corn race for the ISRL Season 5 Contender 8 finale at Iowa. And Alexander's wasting no time putting those 4 tires to work, as Josh Duke is up into the wall down the back straightaway, losing a whole bunch of time. We have a caution. See here if we can. I think it's Nathan Inman. Oh, it was. Nate, it was actually, we got both of them here. It was Nathan Inman and Kyle Camper. They were doing a tango coming out of turn 2. Funny thing about the tango is they weren't even dancing partners. They weren't bumping or nothing. They were just both solo and both lost it at the same time at the same place. Well, we got time here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's pick on that 12 machine of Walker Thomas. Well, Walker, you got yourself sitting here in the second spot right now. Go ahead. What do you think you got there for Chase here coming down to the end of the race?
Well, I don't think a whole lot. Alexander made a pretty good move there to the bottom, and I think he's going to be able to get up here and take control of this thing with 20 to go. I tried to get a good restart there, and it's tough to pass. So once you're behind somebody, it's tough. And with the playoffs going on, I'm not going to be too aggressive. So not sure how it'll turn out, but not liking the chances.
Well, hopefully you did take 2 tires on that last pit stop, correct?
Yes.
All right, I thought so. Just from the pit box times I'm seeing out here on the on my screen, looked like you guys only took 2 tires. So, and Alexander's on those 4 fresh ones. So, hopefully you guys can try to hold them off there. But
yeah,
that's all you can do is try, and hopefully you find yourself, within the top 5, maybe top 3 after the race here. You never know. Still, anything can happen between now and lap 150. So good,
for sure.
Good luck to you, Walker, and hopefully we're talking to you here after the race.
Appreciate it, Dennis. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, well, that's Walker Thomas, one of the corn cars. Go ahead and get one of them drivers up from Elite Motorsports up here for an interview here, coming down the latter part of the race. As he said, not sure how they're going to hold off Alexander. He's been the leader the entire night. He's been leading the way, showing everybody the way. So, and he is the first one out of the top 3 to have 4 new tires on his car. Obviously, they all have 4 tires, but he's the first one with the 4 feel goods. Everybody else has 2, other than Connor Trapari is sitting here in 5th spot. And then you got Caden. He's another driver that took 4 tires. Zach Lindgren, Hayden Kirker, as well as Michael Dorsey. So out of your top 10, 4 drivers have 2 tires. So we'll see if the 2-tire strategy is the way to go, or if Alexander and company were right on coming down and getting all 4. For that pace car once more to dive off to pit road. It's in Chase's hands, and Chase is going to hold back a little bit, and the green flag is out, and we are back. Green flag racing here, and here comes Alexander taking it down to the inside already. Coming down for the lead. Walker Thomas falling all the way back. We got 3 wide going on back here, coming out of 2 down the back straightaway. All the corn cars there, 3 wide. But right now, back up here to the front, Chase has been able to hold off Alexander Hyder for right now. We still got more 3 wide going on back here. I mean, there's action going on all over the place. It's down to the nitty gritty. It's playoff time. Everybody's fighting. Not only fighting for a playoff spot, but fighting for the win here, as Alexander Hyder had it for a brief moment. Chase had the outside. Had the momentum coming out of turn 4. We'll see here if Chase is going to be able to use what he learned from Alexander as far as using that outside to his advantage. And as of right now, he's able to. Oh, big wiggle there from Chase coming out of turn number 4. Almost got into Alexander, but they were both able to save it. Good awareness there by Alexander, seeing what was going on with Chase. And now Alexander is back up to the point. Here comes Connor Trafari, wasting no time trying to take advantage of Alexander getting around Chase. And Chase is not going to make it easy there on Connor Trafari. And Leisure here is up into the mix as well. Put Connor up to second. Chase is going to dive it down to the inside of Connor, going down into 3. And that's not going to work there for Chase. Here comes Leisure to the outside. Chase going down into turn number 1. And looks like the Leisure is going to be able to overtake Chase there for 3rd. So put Chase back to 4th. Get back here to 7th with Aiden Kirker. And now we got the 3 corn cars. Zach Lindgren, Aiden Kirker, Michael Dorsey. Boom, boom, boom. Walker Thomas, who we spoke to, that's probably where I get my one broadcaster curse. Where'd he go? He's all the way back here in 22nd. He restarted 2nd. Alexander Hyder here showing the way once more. Now it's Connor Trafari's turn to be shown how to run this track. At least for now. If I'm Eli, I'm looking in my mirror and I'm seeing a cornfield behind me. And I'm trying to get away from it all. He's coming up on Chase Paquette here. Looks like Eli is going to have somebody on his either inside or outside here within the next few turns. And that's going to be the 85 of Zach Lindgren. Well, as I say that, Aiden Kirker is going to go ahead and try to get in front of his teammate. Or at least I thought he was going to. Not going to be able to do it quite yet. But he's thinking about it. As we are down to 6 laps to go. 6 more laps for that 24 of Alexander Hyder. Bet you can't guess who his biggest, what fan he was of a certain driver back in the day, just based on the scheme of the car and car number. I'll give you a hint. He uses Vaseline on his Chevrolet. That should let you know who I rooted for when I was a kid watching NASCAR. We're down to 5 laps to go. Well, it should be, 5 laps to go here tonight. Oh, 4 now. Sorry. I thought it didn't update. So we're down to 4 laps to go here. And we got battles going on back here as Eli and Zach almost brushing. I think they might have made a little bit of contact there through 3 and 4. Bumping down the front straightaway going down into turn number 1. Aiden Kirker is looking on the outside. Maybe trying to make it. Ooh. Aiden's bumper almost got cut off there by Eli Innes. But it's that time of the race where, give and take is no more. Here comes Aiden Kirker down to the bottom, taking a 3 wide, going down into turn number 1. Looks like Zach Lindgren backed off just a little bit. Aiden Kirker is going to go ahead and try to take advantage of Eli here. Not able to do it quite yet. He's going to try for a 2-fer. Not going to be able to get the 2-fer or the 1-fer. Down to about last lap here, folks. Alexander Hyder is in a different zip code here. We got a battle for second between Connor and Leisure. But coming out of turn number 4 is going to be that 24 of Alexander Hyder taking the checkered flag here tonight. John Leisure finishing second, and Connor Trafari finishing third here for the corn race here tonight at Iowa. But congratulations goes to that 24 of Alexander here. Led 130 laps here tonight. What an awesome showing here for that 24 machine. Absolutely dominating this race here tonight. Not racing for, the championship 4 or the playoffs. But you know what? He came out here and showed he is a driver that is, one to look out for. He's going to show you the way. And he definitely showed his way here tonight. Showed his muscle, showed his strength. So congratulations goes to that 24 machine of Alexander Hyder. We're going to go ahead, folks. We're going to go ahead and step away. Find our top 3, get them up here for the post-race interview. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Before we go ahead and get down to the interviews here, I do want to let you all know we have the championship 4 here for the next 2 races. The 4 drivers competing for the championship will be Aiden Kirker, Corbin Collins, Zach Lindgren, and Jared Rashawn. So congrats to those 4 drivers on making it to the championship 4 here tonight after tonight's race. But these drivers have made it into the podium here tonight. So let's go ahead and, give them their due. And first up is that number 9 machine of Connor Trafari. Connor, corn race here at Iowa. It's always an adventure when we come to short track racing. So go ahead and talk about, how was your race here tonight? What did it go as you expected, or, anything in between that didn't go quite as you had planned?
Yeah, I mean, I was rushing just to even get into the session, if I gotta be honest. So I was already starting in last, or like fourth to last or whatever it was. So, but yeah, so I had to drive through the field, and honestly, I really feel like I have something for this track because I don't know why, but every single, like, no matter what the car is, I feel like I'm always somewhat decent here for some reason. And I think I eventually made it up to the top 10, and then I think me and my teammate Alexander, we like tried this different strategy than everyone else, which left us a set for the final stop, and that eventually kind of got us that top 3.
Yeah, finishing in the top 3. I do believe that you got the most positions gained here tonight with 23. So
Oh yeah.
definitely shows what kind of car that you had behind the, under you here tonight when it comes to Iowa. So congrats on, not only working your way up through the field, but, playing a little bit of strategy there throughout the race, and then ultimately finding yourself in the top 3 here tonight. But moving on to next week, the kickoff of, the championship 4, Rockingham is up next. Well, from the sounds of that, you're not looking forward to that. But, just go ahead, talk about going into the race. What are you expecting next week?
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I was still in the final 4. I mean, I think definitely with the day that I had and the day I had at Indy until turn 4 when my internet just decided it didn't want me to finish the race. I think I definitely was in the playoffs easily, which is kind of annoying. But uh, I don't know. I don't really like Rockingham that much, and any cars is just kind of like a weird track to me. But I don't know. I think a top 10 there would be pretty cool. And then Charlotte, I think I'll have a decent chance at.
Yeah, Charlotte's one of those tracks where, I think we all pretty much start off at Charlotte,
Yeah.
In the street stocks and all that good stuff. But you never know. Get some practice on you. You might figure something out. Get a little advice there from one of the people here in the ISRL. They're always very helpful when it comes to giving information to help you drive a track better, or whatever the case may be. But Connor, enjoy this 3rd place victory. Finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3rd place is now the new victory here tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your P3 here, Connor, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go?
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout to my main sponsor for the race. I wish I had the ISRL banner on this car, but I don't, sadly. The Lot 9 Brewing Machine. It's a local brewery that's family owned down here in Bluffton, South Carolina. So if you're ever down in the area somewhere around here, come visit. Some amazing beer, friendly atmosphere, all that. Thanks to Chris Lilly for this amazing design as well. I always run his designs, so I'll give him a little shout out. Shout out to Alexander Hyder, my teammate, who really kind of came with that strategy call that kind of helped us there a lot. Give a shout out to you for the broadcast as always. Probably will rewatch it at some point. I don't know. And all the owners: Aiden, Chase, Daryl, Josh, Kyle, Big Rick, any others I'm forgetting, I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you at Rockingham.
Yeah, definitely look forward to seeing you there next Tuesday night at Rockingham. But until then, Connor, enjoy this third place finish, and we'll see you at Rockingham. And you never know. You never know what can happen at Rockingham.
Maybe I'll dominate that race.
You never know. Sometimes that's the way it works. Tracks I hate, I end up doing better at than tracks I love. So
Yeah.
you just never know. Until then, enjoy this one, Connor.
Thank you, man.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and that takes us to our second place finisher here tonight, and that 67 machine. Let's get him up into the booth. Mr. Leisure here. I think he just did a little out of his mouth as we brought him up into the booth. But, you finished second here tonight. You led 7 laps. Go ahead and talk about, how was it for you here tonight at Iowa?
I don't know, man. It was so all over the place. I mean, all playoffs, I haven't been able to qualify really at all. So qualified 8th. I mean, fell back at the start and drove back up, got to 4th, and everyone pitted but me. I was thinking maybe we could get a little run and I'd be able to have fresher tires than anyone else at the end by saving a set, but that did not happen that way, and I'm glad I made the call I did, pitting on that caution, and restarted I think 25th and drove up the 10th in 20 laps or so, and took 2 tires, and then came up to second. So within 40 laps, I drove from 26th to second, and I don't know. I did all I could really. Unfortunately, it's kind of somber just because we missed out by 1 point, but it happens. Playoffs are going to play off, and I guess I channeled my inner Martin Truex Jr. and led the whole regular season and then fumbled it when it mattered.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for you. Like you said, having a dominant regular season and then just falling 1 point short to make it into the championship four here. But it's just one of those luck of the draw things. Sometimes the strategy just doesn't pan out the way you want it, and you just sit there and ponder about if I did this differently or that differently. But all in all, ultimately you still had a very good season, and
Yeah.
The season's not over yet. You still got 2 more races here to go, and looking forward. Next week's Rockingham. It is the kickoff to the championship four. Even though you're not competing for the championship, you're still out there. You're still racing for a plaque. So go ahead and talk about what are you looking forward to going into Rockingham here next Tuesday night.
Yeah, and just falling back on that, I don't really think I have any sort of what if. I mean, the only what if I have is if I didn't get wrecked last week at Indy. I think I did everything I could tonight except win, and I don't think that was happening. Alex was just too fast for all of us. So, but next week, I've had next week circle on my calendar all season. It's one of, if not my best track, and I was really looking forward to racing championship 4 there, but it's all right. My plan is to go out there and dominate, though. It's one of my best tracks. It's one of the, probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated, and if not, one of the best tracks on the sim. So I think I'll put on a good show with these cars and with this group of guys.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely it got the old school feel, and it's definitely got the track conditions that you gotta save the tires, manage them, and with these Xfinity cars, it's pretty much anybody's game. So definitely looking forward to seeing what you put on the table here next Tuesday night. I know you're definitely going to go out there with a chip on your shoulder. So definitely looking forward to seeing you out there on the track next Tuesday and showing those championship 4 guys why they're lucky you're not in it. But
yeah, that's the plan.
But until then, before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate this second place finish here, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your P2 finish here at Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, I say it every time I talk to you. Thank you to all the admins and Aiden for putting it on. I know he's going to be going off and enlisting, and I think all of us here are proud of him for making that decision. And although we won't hear from him for a little bit or see him racing, he'll still be around, I'm sure, talking to us. So thank you to him and everyone else for putting this stuff on. I look forward to it every week. It's one of my highlights, and So yeah, that, and of course all the guys that helped me in real life. Even though real life has been just as bad of luck as in here, it's been a journey for sure over the last 16 weeks. So it's been a lot of fun, and thank you for putting on the broadcast, man.
All right. Well, thank you for coming out and racing for the ISRL and making it the league that it is. You are a part of it as all the owners and the rest of the drivers that come out here and compete each and every week. So all the kudos goes to you guys. So enjoy this, second place finish here tonight, and we'll see you next Tuesday at Rockingham. And yeah, just go ahead and rock it out next Tuesday.
That's the plan. I'll hopefully talk to you next week.
All right, hopefully. Until then, enjoy this one.
Yes, sir. You too. Bye.
All right, and that'll take us down to the race winner here this evening, that 24 DuPont machine. Let's go ahead and let's move him up into the broadcast booth. Well, Alexander, you were a man on a mission here tonight. You led 130 laps, started on the pole, finished in P1. Go ahead and talk about it. How was the race here, the corn race here at Iowa for you?
Yeah, especially since it's the corn race. I'm really happy I finally got it done this season. I remember I led a good bunch of laps in the Gen 4 and just couldn't get it done last season. But yeah, thankfully we got it done this time. It was a little bit stressful at the end, like with the different strategies playing out. But luckily it did go in our favor this time. I'm just really happy about that.
Yeah, you talk about their, strategy at the end. A few drivers in front of you, the top four took 2 tires, and you were the first one that took 4 tires. And there on that restart, you immediately dropped it down to the bottom as soon as you crossed the start-finish line, just to try to get everything that you could. And it just worked out to your favor there, to where a caution came out real quick, and then on the second restart, you were able to just work your way, having those fresher tires compared to the other drivers that only had 2, get your way back up into the top spot, and just ultimately ran away with the race here tonight. But looking forward, next Tuesday kicks off the Championship 4. Even though you're not in it, you're still racing for something next week. And, Rockingham's track. You think you might have an opportunity to go ahead and rock that track here next Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all hoping to do. But I like Rockingham, especially with the Xfinity car. Typically, most of the time, it's pretty free, and I like free setups. I feel like I'm pretty good at saving tires with free setups. But yeah, really excited for Rockingham. I really like that track.
So you think it's going to be one of those tracks where you're going to have to, even though it's going to be a free setup, where it's loose handling, you're still going to have to find a way to save that right front with the older track surface?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since with how abrasive that scan is of the track. Yeah, saving the right front is going to be key, and the right rear.
So it's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on here for next Tuesday. But, that's still a week away. And you still got a victory to celebrate here, Alexander. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your victory here at Iowa in the virtual corn, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your victory here tonight at Iowa?
Yeah, for sure. As per usual, I want to thank everyone at Express Esports, Outlier Speed Co., Uprise Motorsports. Congrats to Connor on the P3. Congrats to him. Unfortunately, he didn't make it into the transfer. It was pretty close on points, but can't complain with the P3, honestly. But he did what he could, and there's really nothing else he could have done there. Thank you for putting on a good broadcast, too. I'm hoping to watch this tomorrow. I think maybe. We'll see.
We'll see how tomorrow goes. But, yeah, you got a victory to celebrate here tonight, Alexander, so go ahead and celebrate it. Enjoy it. And we'll see you at Rockingham next Tuesday night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. And that will conclude the interviews here tonight. So let's go ahead and get down to the final results here for the finale of the ISRL Contender 8. And finishing first, it would be that, come on, load up, there we go. The 24 of Alexander Hyder. Finishing second, Sean Leisure in the 67. Finishing third, Connor Trafari in the 9. Finishing fourth, the 10 of Chase Paquette. And rounding out the top 5, the 1 of Eli Innes. Back in sixth spot, Aiden Kirker in that 39 machine. Zach Lindgren finishing 7th in the 85. Finishing 8th, the 99 of Michael Dorsey. 9th, the 71 of Corbin Collins. 10th, the 41 of Caden Henry Oakes. Back in 11th, we got Jason Gallagher. In 12th, we got the 32 of Josh Duke. 13th, the 27 of Jared Rashawn. 14th, the 60 of Joseph Costello. 15th, the 43 of Jason Semedo. 16th, the 98 of Anthony Colatuano. 17th, the 4 machine of Cody Tabor. 18th, the 04 of Cameron McHone. 19th, the 182 of Mitch Van Oss. And rounding out the top 20, the 48 of Nathan Inman. Back in 21st here tonight, the 91 of Kyle Camper. 22nd, the 12 of Walker Thomas. 23rd, the 75 of Chris Thornton. 24th, the 2 of Clinton Seymour. 25th, the 72 of James Rader. 26th, the 79 of Connor Leach. 27th, the 56 of Marcus Van Der Lee. 28th, the 76 of Matt Bartels. 29th, the 22 of Paul Reckley. And rounding out the top 30, the 17 of Jake Baker. And back in 31st here tonight, not sure exactly what happened to him tonight. But Daryl Arnold's going to finish in 31st here at Iowa for the corn race. Well, folks, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor for another great broadcast here tonight for you all. Until tomorrow night here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Make sure you tune in for that one. It's going to be an exciting one. Signing off here tonight for the ISRL over here on iRacing. This is Dennis Ansman up into the booth. Good night. Take care of yourselves and each other. And have a good night.